Okay, hello. Good evening, guys. Happy Wednesday. This is our April week 1. Okay, hi Zheng and hi Xin Tong. Hello Catherine. Is this your first day here? Are you a new student by any chance? And yes, Racing. Hello. Oh, we have two new students here. Okay, Racing, are you someone new? By the way, Catherine, what branch are you from? What branch are you from? And Racing, what branch are you from? Because I don't know whether you have the notes or not. Which branch do you guys register under? Because I just want to know. Okay, we are in chapter 4 today. By the way, guys, we are in chapter 4. This is your April notes. Okay, this is your April notes. I hope you have the notes, Racing and Catherine, because when you guys register, they are supposed to give you your April notes. I'm not sure. I don't know whether you have it. Okay, if you don't, then you might just have to look at my screen. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, and please tell me what branch are you guys from? Catherine and Racing, and what language are you doing in your science? Are you doing it in English or are you doing it in BM? Because I'll write in two languages lah. Changing, I know you are doing it in English. No, the two of you, okay, Catherine and BM you're writing in BM. Or Racing, you're writing in BM, huh? Okay. Oh, Catherine, you're from down south. I see. Okay. Okay. So Racing, what branch are you from? What branch are you from? Just curious. Okay. Anyway, guys, this is 4.1. This chapter is our environmental sustainability. Just a quick preview of this chapter. This chapter is about pollution. Okay, it's about pollution. You have actually learned this in Form 1 to Form 3. Okay, you know global warming, you know greenhouse effect, kesan rumah hijau, and global warming, 温室效应, 地球暖化, things like that. But this is more towards how to solve it. Okay, because our focus today in this chapter, actually, we call it green technology. Okay, we call it green technology, 绿色科技, okay, green technology. So what is this? Green technology is what we are currently doing. Everyone is doing it right now. Big companies are doing it. Apple is doing it. Okay, H&M is doing it. Nike is doing it. So they are using this green technology to solve environmental problem. Okay, 用绿色科技来解决污染的问题. Okay, so what we call it environment sustainability. Okay, please take note of this word. Sustainability. In BM is called kelestarian. Okay, kelestarian. So what is the meaning? Sustainability means 持久性. How long can you do it? All right. Is it good for the future? Right. Okay. For example, let's say burning fossil fuel, you burning petrol is not sustainable. Why? Because 100 years in the future, you cannot keep burning fossil fuel. It's very bad for the environment. So no, it's not sustainable. But what is sustainable? Solar. Solar is sustainable. Electric vehicle is sustainable. You know Tesla? You know not just Tesla lah, even Mercedes is doing it now. What else? Who else? BMW is doing it now. So that is what we call sustainable. Okay, sustainable. We can do it for long term. Kelestarian, sangat lestari. Okay, kendaraan. Sorry, in BM we say kendaraan elektrik adalah pilihan yang lestari. That means we can do it for long term. Okay, that's the meaning of sustainability. Right, so let's talk about green technology. So what is green technology? What is green technology? Green technology is the development and application of products, equipment, and systems used to conserve the environment and nature, as well as minimizing and reducing the negative effect of human activities. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, guys, don't memorize anything here. Do not memorize. Please don't gila and go and memorize this thing. It's not coming up for exam. Okay, but just to let you know, green technology is something that helps the environment and nature. Okay, memelihara alam sekitar and to reduce negative effect of human activities, right? Like if you use solar, you don't create that much pollution. You are reducing the negative effect of human activity. Okay, you guys get what I mean, huh? And of course, the importance of green technology. Why is green technology so important? Number one, to overcome the destruction of the environment. We try not to harm the environment. Try not to hurt the environment. Reduce carbon emission. Okay, guys, focus on this word, carbon emission. This is called pelepasan carbon, I think. What is emission called again? If I'm not mistaken, it's called pelepasan carbon. Okay, that means when you release carbon dioxide, that is carbon emission. We try to reduce that. You see, guys, carbon dioxide is all we talk about today. All right, because carbon dioxide will cause greenhouse effect, will cause global warming. Alright, karbon dioksida menyebabkan kesaruman hijau, menyebabkan pemanasan global. Okay, so this is what we are trying to tackle right now. Okay, that's why if you have carbon emission, you increase your carbon dioxide, you increase greenhouse effect, you increase global warming. So this is what we are trying to reduce right now. Improve human health. Okay, not just we want to reduce pollution, we want to reduce harm to human. We want to make food better, more safe to eat, things like that. Conserving the country's natural resources by applying renewable energy. We try to use something renewable. Tenaga yang boleh diperbaharui. I think you learn this in geography. I think you learn this in Form 2 and Form 3 science. What is renewable energy? That is like solar, wind, hydroelectric, things that you can keep using. Things that won't run out. Things will always be available. Okay, so example, I see solar, we use solar to reduce fossil fuel, bahan api fossil. We use renewable energy such as solar to generate energy. Okay, guys, this chapter, you have nothing to memorize. This chapter, you have nothing to memorize. This is more of a K-part chapter. You know what is K-part, right? You know what is K-part, K-part chapter. That means you wrote this in karangan, you wrote this in English essay, you learn this in Form 1 to Form 3 science. Okay, they will ask you things like out of the syllabus, how do you solve global warming? How do you solve greenhouse effect? How do you solve, things like that. Okay, so you get what I mean. So let's talk about something which we call energy efficiency. When we talk about green technology, we have to talk about energy efficiency. What is energy efficiency? We call it kecekapan tenaga. That means how much are you saving electricity? How much energy are you saving? How much energy are you wasting? Right? We try to save electricity. We try to save energy. We try to not waste energy. Okay, because guys, energy is the main cause to pollution. All carbon dioxide comes from energy. All right. Okay, just to tell you, 80% of our energy, 80% of the energy, I don't care whether it's car or electricity or anything, 80% of energy still comes from fossil fuel. Bahan api fossil. Okay, bahan api fossil. What is bahan api fossil? What is fossil fuel? That would be your petroleum. Okay, you can write this down, petroleum and coal, which is arang batu, and we have natural gas, gas asli. You know what is petroleum lah? Okay, the thing you put in your car. You know what is coal? Coal is 煤炭, arang batu, arang batu, 煤炭. The black color stone, coal. You know this thing? You know this thing? 煤炭. We use this thing. Many countries, they still use this to produce electricity. For example, China. China, they use a lot of coal. All right, why use coal? Because they're very cheap. They're very cheap, but they release a lot of carbon dioxide. All right, and of course, what is natural gas? Natural gas is the gas your mom used to cook lah. You know, the gas tong, 煤气. That's the thing. So you see, we are still 80% reliant on fossil fuel. That means we still rely 80% on fossil fuel. That means if today there's no more fossil fuel, we will lose 80% of energy. All right. So that's why people will ask me, sir, why don't we use solar? Why don't we use hydro? Why don't we use wind? Because you see, 80% is a lot to replace. You get what I mean? You can't just replace 80% of something. That's not easy. So this is what we are trying to do. Okay, so this is what we are trying to save energy efficiency. Okay, so for green technology to succeed in our own country, the National Green Technology Policy was launched in 2009. Okay, so Malaysia, we actually started this green technology thing in 2009. You know who started this? You know who started this? Okay, let me ask you. Okay, I don't think, are you guys born in 09? Are you guys born in 09? I think you guys were born, right? You guys were 16 this year, right? So that would be 2000. Oh, you guys were 2 years old. Okay, guys, you know who was the prime minister back then? It was the prime minister that time that launched this green technology policy. You know who was the prime minister back then? Who was our Perdana Menteri? Anyone? Come, let's test you. Who was our sorry guys, this is my lunch. Let me have my lunch. Okay. Who was the prime minister back then? Anyone? Anyone? Yes, very good. So actually, it was Najib that launched this thing. All right. I mean, you must say, sir, I thought Najib stole a lot of money. Okay, that's true. That's true. Najib stole a lot of money. But to be fair, credit where it's due. Credit where it's due. Najib actually did quite a lot for green technology. Okay. Okay. For example, what? You know Toyota Prius? You know what is Toyota Prius? Okay, this is my car. Okay, this is my car. Okay, this is not a very cheap car, guys, because this is a hybrid car. You know what's a hybrid? You know what's a hybrid? That means this car is half electric, half petrol. I drive this car. Okay, it saves a lot of petrol. It's a very good car, and this car is not cheap. Okay, this car is not cheap. To import this car, it will cost 200,000 something. And to encourage people to do more green technology, Najib actually cancelled the tax on this car. So this car was quite cheap, 140,000. You save like 60, 70,000 on this car. Right? So that people can afford to buy this car, so that we save more fossil fuel, we save more petrol. You see? So Najib actually did something good. I mean, yeah lah, if I say, sir, I thought Najib, he stole a lot of money. That's true, but you see, everyone has two sides of man. Okay, he did something bad, but he did something good as well. Okay, so don't hate on Najib so much. Yeah, sure. He and his wife stole quite a lot of money, but okay, lor, at least they do something good for the country. Lor. Okay, so there are four main pillars. According to Najib, these are the four things you're trying to solve. Number one is energy. We are trying to promote energy efficiency. What is energy efficiency? You know this sticker? You know this sticker? Any appliance after 09, any appliance after 09, you will see this sticker, right? If you just install your aircon lately, or you bought a fridge lately, you bought a stand fan lately, you bought okay, I don't think laptop they have like washing machine, they have this sticker, right? You know what is this sticker for? This sticker tells you the energy efficiency like 5-star being the most efficient, 1-star being the absolute worst. All right, so if it is 5-star, that means this thing saves a lot of electricity in the long run. In the long run, okay. So if you can afford, you should try to buy 5-star, because 5-star, it really saves you a lot of electricity. Okay, so that's the point. All right, so energy efficiency. Number two is environment. We try to minimize the negative impact and conserve the environment. Economy, enhance the country's economy through the use of technology, right? Because when you have green technology, okay, guys, if your country uses a lot of green technology, more investor would come to your country to invest. 更多的投资, more energy will come and invest. Let's say let's say Malaysia, we say, any green technology company that comes to our country, we give 10% discount. Oh, then there will be more, more companies will come to our country to make that thing. If you get what I'm trying to say. Okay. So social, to improve the quality of life, to make everyone better. Not only we want everyone to live better, we also want the environment to be better. We try to achieve the good at both sides. Right? You might say, sir, isn't it always when somewhere is good, the other way is bad? Yeah, but we try to achieve both. We try to strike the balance. Okay, if you guys get what I'm trying to say here. Guys, so this chapter is all K-but. This chapter is all K-but. All right. If you are very good at writing essay, if you are very good at writing green technology, then this should be a very easy chapter for you. But if you are not very good at K-but, then that's a big problem. Okay, you need to do more practice. Okay, so anyway, energy. What is energy efficiency? Energy efficiency refers to the use of less energy. We try to use less energy to carry out the same work or higher rate of work. Okay, what do I mean? What do I mean? All right, if you look at hang on, guys. Sorry, let me find the video. Where is it? Yeah, this one. Okay, you look at this light bulb. You look at this light bulb thing. Okay, you look at the first bulb. You see, it's very dim. This is our grandpa's time light bulb. And then the second one, I grew up with this. We call it fluorescent lamp. And then the third, you see LED. Can you see the difference? Can you see the difference? Why are we using LED nowadays? Guys, you can only buy LED today. Let's say the light bulb in your house burns out. You can only buy LED. The first one, we call it incandescent. This incandescent and this fluorescent bulb, they already extinct. 绝种 already. There's no such thing already. You say if you want to buy fluorescent, sorry, it doesn't like God lah, but it's very rare lah. Okay, because LED is just better. All right, it's brighter and it saves more electricity. All right, okay, what do I mean? Okay, the first bulb, just now the first bulb, okay, let me just draw it here. Okay, the first bulb. Okay, I'll draw a light bulb here. Okay, this is the. Okay, I can't draw a light bulb. Okay, so the first bulb, this one is what our grandpa used. This thing was 8% efficient. 它的有效率只有8%. The efficiency is 8%. What does it mean? That means this thing will only use 8% of energy for light. The other 92%, is wasted as heat. So this light bulb is freaking hot. Okay? When I was 5, when I was a kid, when I go back to my grandma's place, they still use this bulb one. You touch this and see, you will burn your hand. Because this is really stupid hot. And then when I grew up around 10 years old, I start to have this bulb already. The twisty one. This is what we call fluorescent. Okay, fluorescent. This is slightly better. This is like 20 to 30% efficiency. Still hot, but it's much brighter. Right? You see, now you only waste like 70 to 80% of energy. And then comes LED. Okay, how much is the efficiency of LED? LED is 90. You see how good it is? You see how good it is? LED is 90% efficient. That means they only waste 10% of energy. That means if you touch LED, it should feel warm, not hot at all. It feels warm. It feels okay. Because they are very good at it. LED is very good. It is so good, guys. LED is so good. Even nowadays, if you buy a new Myvi, if you buy a new Asia, the headlamp is LED. You know those, okay, you know those old Myvi? Any of you still drive an old Myvi? 10 years ago, those Myvi 10 years ago, old Myvi, they still use this kind of bulb, fluorescent bulb. The yellow color bulb. You know the yellow color bulb? Those old cars still use the yellow color bulb, right? Yellow color is this one. Okay? But if you buy new cars, you buy new Vios, new City, new Myvi, new Activa, whatever car, new cars, they all come with LED. Because they are just so much better. All right, so you see, this is energy efficiency. This is energy efficiency. Okay, so the desired outcome, what are we trying to achieve? We try to conserve energy, we try to save energy, we try to make our economy better, we try to reduce wastage so that not much energy is wasted. We try to convert waste into cleaner and safer form of renewable energy. Again, guys, don't memorize any of this. 不要去记, don't memorize. This is just for you to read. Okay, initiative. Okay, what have we done? Initiative means langkah. Okay, langkah, or in some notes they say initiative. Initiative means langkah, steps that we have done. Okay, so what have we done so far? Number one, we have this implementation of energy efficient label. Okay, we start to make this sticker to tell everyone, to teach everyone what to buy, what not to buy. You see 2-star, you know this is not good. You see 5-star, you know this is good. We try to educate the consumer like us. Okay, you buy TV, you see this thing. Okay, you buy fridge, you buy aircon, you buy washing machine, you buy water heater, you see this thing. Okay, this is to tell you, okay, this is good, this is not good. Okay, and of course, green building index. What is green building? What is green building? Green building doesn't mean the building is green. Green building means the building is very good in saving electricity. It has very less. It has very little. It has very few aircons. It has solar energy. It is very good in managing waste. It has zero paper. Things like that. Okay, I'll talk about this later. I'll talk about this later. Okay, energy efficiency technology campaign, using electricity from solar source campaign, consumer awareness through energy saving practices. Guys, just very general points. Okay, very general points. Guys, don't fall asleep, Don't fall asleep, I know this is very boring stuff. You might say, sir, why do I care about this? I don't care. I mean, guys, technology is very cool. Okay, technology is, I shall tell, let me talk about this later. Okay, so anyway, so what are we trying to, where are we trying to apply green technology? Where do you see green technology? You see it in energy. Okay, we try to use solar. We try to use solar. We see it in agriculture. We try to do it in agriculture and forestry. Okay, guys, speaking of agriculture, speaking of farming, guys, do you know that? Do you know that just by becoming a vegetarian, any vegetarian here? Any vegetarian here? Just by becoming a vegetarian, you reduce 20% of carbon dioxide. Just by becoming a vegetarian. I mean, everyone in this world, if everyone in the world becomes a vegetarian, we reduce 20% of carbon dioxide. You know why? You know why? Because imagine if everyone becomes vegetarian, there will be no animals anymore, no farming of animals anymore. Less chicken, less cow, less goat, whatever. So when you have less animals, you have less respiration and you have less carbon dioxide. So you reduce carbon dioxide, right? So if you really care for the environment, you can be a vegetarian. Okay, you can be a vegetarian. I mean, it's not easy because any vegetarian here? Any of you guys here are vegetarian? Okay, I don't think so lah. Quite rare to see. Okay, quite rare to see. Okay, anyway, transport. Okay, transport. We try to focus on cleaner transport, vehicle, fuel, and public transportation. We try to focus on public transport. Okay, guys, speaking of transport, this is the level, the mode of green transport. We have the one best for environment. That's why it's very green. You see here, the most bottom is very green, and we have the worst. Okay, the top is the worst. It's the absolute worst for the environment. 对大自然最不好的. Okay, so what is the best? What is the best? It's pedestrian, walking. Walking is the best for the environment because you create zero carbon dioxide. Okay, so if you can help it, walk. Walk to your school, walk to your grocery store, okay, walk everywhere. But you might say, sir, it's not possible. How can I walk to my school? I stay 10 km from school. Okay, then the second best is bicycle. Bicycle. You see, bicycle is still green because bicycle, they also don't release carbon dioxide, which is still good. All right, but if you say, sir, I can't cycle to Ipoh, can I? No, you can't, right? Then you would, the next best would be public transport. All right, public transport. You see, public transport is yellow because it produces carbon dioxide. Like let's say you take the bus still produces carbon dioxide, but one bus has like 60 people. So you guys share the carbon dioxide, which is still okay, which is still good. All right, so public transport is one of the best. It's one of the best because it's not only is good for the environment, but it's also very practical, right? If you take public transport to your school, okay, guys, imagine this. Imagine this. If everyone takes public transport, there will be no traffic jam. Right? You know why is the traffic so bad? Because guys, in KL, there's only 14% of people taking public transport. 14. 14. You see how stupid this is? We spend so much money buying so many buses, building so many LRTs and MRTs. We only have 14 people taking the bus and LRT. Right? You see, this is the problem we need to solve. And of course, the next is service vehicle. Service vehicle is like your Grab law, okay, things like that, which is the same as taxi. This is still better because in one car you have 2-3 people, and then the next one is multiple occupant vehicle. That means if you drive, let's say a Velfire, if you drive an Alphard, Toyota Alphard, the big boxy car. If you drive a Toyota Alphard, if you're inside have like 7 people, then okay, right? But the worst is single occupant vehicle. This is the stupidest mode of transport, which is what we are doing right now. You see, next time in a traffic jam, you try to observe every car, you will see that every car, most likely, every car has only one person in it. You see how stupid this is? You see how stupid this is? Hey, you imagine, if you go to college next time, let's say you go to college, everyone drives one car. You imagine everyone drives one car, and everyone drives X70. You know X70 is a very big car, right? If everyone drives X70 and inside the X70 only has you as the driver, that's the stupidest way for transport. You waste so much space, you burn so much fossil fuel, you burn so much petrol to move the box, to move the car. It's really, really stupid, right? So you see, this is what we are doing right now. This is what we are doing right now. You see, it wastes so much space, you create so much traffic jam, you waste time, you waste money, you waste fossil fuel. That's why we should try to go for public transport. Okay, you know who is doing public transport very good? You know who is doing public transport very good? Singapore. Singapore. Have you guys been to Singapore? Have you guys been to Singapore? Singapore is really good in public transport. If you have been there, you know. Or just once. Okay, if you have been there, you know. Guys, Singapore, their bus, I mean, yeah lah, but Japan is very far away, ma. Japan is very far away, ma. Let's just say our neighbor. Okay, guys, you go to Singapore, you will know that, wow, public transport is so freaking awesome. You can basically go everywhere by bus. All right, Singapore, they try to make their car very expensive and they make their public transport really good. So with these two factors, you feel like, why should I buy a car? Car is so expensive. Public transport is so good. Might as well take public transport, right? Hey guys, if you go to Singapore, there's an app for you to track your bus, right? And if you miss one bus, never mind. 3 minutes later, there's another. There's no need for you to chase a bus. 3 to 5 minutes, there's one more. Okay, and then their MRT is always on time. Their bus is always on time. If the app says the bus will arrive at the station at 4:15, then 4:15 it is. Okay, Malaysia one, hiya, no such thing lah. Okay, it's either, if it's 10 minutes late, then you should go already. Oh my God, it's only 10 minutes late. I see. You see the difference? You see the difference? And Malaysia bus is sometimes 30 minutes one bus. So who wants to take the bus? Right? You might say, sir, I don't have 30 minutes. That's a very stupid mode of transport. Exactly. Right? Singapore is 5 minutes. Ours is 30. Okay, guys, you just imagine, KL, Selangor is a very big state, isn't it? Singapore is smaller than Selangor. Singapore is smaller than Selangor. Singapore has more buses than Selangor. You see the reason why? You see the reason why? They have less, they are smaller than us, but they have more buses than us. You cannot deny the fact that they are so much better than us, right? So that's the reason why, lor. That's why Malaysian public transport sucks, lor. You see, no bus to fetch us to LRT. Who wants to take the LRT? Right? There's only 14% lah. That's why we all have to buy a car. Okay, that's why we all have to buy a car. It sucks to say, but that's the truth. Okay, so this is what we are trying to focus on. Okay, I hope it gets better lah. Okay, I mean, credit where it's due lah. Malaysia public transport is getting better, right? But it's not there yet. It's getting better, but it's not there yet. I hope, in the next 10, 20 years, it gets better because I'm sick of traffic jam. Aren't you sick of traffic jam? right? Guys, if you study in the morning, if you go to school in the morning, I am sure your school starts at 7:30. You have to reach the school by 7. Okay? To reach your school by 7, you have to leave your house by 6. To leave your house by 6, you have to wake up at 5. You see how stupid it is? You have to wake up at 5, you have to shower, you have to eat, and you have to get out of the house by 6 because you have to spend 1 hour in traffic. For no freaking reason, because everyone drives. Okay, isn't it better if we all take public transport? The jam will be so much better, then you can reach your school faster. You see? We are trying to do that. And of course, waste and wastewater management, we try to reduce waste, okay? Building sector, we try to do green building. Okay, so guys, what is green building? Let's talk about green building. To be a green building, you use green construction material. Okay, what is this? That means you use better bricks, better cement. Have you heard of bio bricks, guys? Have you heard of bio bricks? Bio bricks is what the engineering department is doing right now. The engineering sector is trying to do right now. That means we use bacteria to grow bricks. You see, and this thing is made from rubbish. Bio brick is made from rubbish. You see, the rubbish we are throwing in anyway. Plastic we are throwing in anyway. Why don't we use the plastic to make construction material? Isn't it smart? You see, this is smart. So this is green building. Efficient use of energy and water, good solid waste management. Let's say your building, let's say your building is an office building. And in your office building, you say you should have no paper. You're practicing a zero paper policy. Then it's good for everyone because paper you're throwing it anyway, right? If you use zero paper, then this is a green building, right? Or even something like that. You have most of your windows facing the north or the west. Sorry, the north or the south. You know, this is very important. You know, this is very important. Okay, how do I know this? I used to sell houses last time. I used to sell houses. All right. Back then when I was selling houses, when I bring my customer to see the houses, they always ask me this question. Okay, these windows and balcony, are they facing the west? Which direction they are facing? I was like, walao, these people so superstitious, man, so missing, man. I thought it's about feng shui. I thought it's about feng shui. Okay, turns out I was the idiot. Okay, I was the idiot. It's not about feng shui. It's about the sun. Because you see, if all your windows and balcony, if let's say your condo has 40 stories, has like 1,000 houses, if all 1,000 houses faces the west or faces the east, that's a very stupid thing to do. You know why? The sun rises from the east, and worse, the sun sets in the west. If all your condos faces the west, you know how hot your condo will become? Every household will be so hot. So what will they do? They will switch on their aircon. So if everyone switches on the aircon, you're wasting energy. You see why? You see why? So if your window and balcony all faces the north and the south, you are indirectly saving energy because nobody would need to switch on the aircon anymore because your building is cooler, right? Because there's less sun. So you see, small things like that, you can save energy. So nowadays, if you buy new condos, if you buy new houses and new condos, most of their balcony and windows, it's facing the north and the south. All right, they are trying to make their customers save more on electricity. See, very smart. Okay, very smart. And of course, industrial and manufacturing sector, we try to reduce the negative effect of greenhouse effect, haze and acid rain. We try to put it on ICT. Okay, we try to practice green ICT. We try to make recyclable electronic device. Guys, you know your phone or your PC or whatever, someday when this thing breaks, when this thing spoils, it will become what we call e-waste. E-waste. Your phone will someday become an e-waste. And guys, e-waste is very hard to recycle. Okay, broken TV, broken printer, broken electronic stuff, they are very hard to recycle. Okay, very hard to recycle. And you know what's the good thing? You know what's the wasteful thing? Your phone inside has gold. inside your phone has gold, around 3 to 4 grams of gold. If you extract the gold out, guys, 1 gram of gold, 1 gram of gold is around 200 something ringgit. So they are wasted in the landfill, right? So there's plenty of gold inside. Why don't you go and extract this thing? So you see, we are wasting. This is e-waste. Your phone is going to end up here one day. Your battery is going to end up here. Your laptop is going to end up here one day. That's what we call e-waste. Okay, this is the problem we are trying to solve. Okay, so let's talk about energy sector. Let's talk about energy sector. Social scientific issue. What are the issues? The issues we are facing right now is called social scientific issue. Okay, so what are the issues we are facing? Global warming. You learn this Form 1 to Form 3. Air pollution, waste disposal, water pollution, deforestation, and of course, greenhouse effect will cause drought, flash flood, increase in earth temperature. Increase in earth's temperature is what we call global warming law. Okay, pemanasan global. Guys, you know what is greenhouse effect, right? You know what is kesan rumah hijau, right? You have seen this thing from Form 1 till now. You don't tell me you don't know, You don't tell me you don't know, Okay. Okay, just in case okay, I'll explain it again. Greenhouse effect is when you trap heat in an area, just like a greenhouse. Do you know what is a greenhouse? 温室greenhouse. Okay, so if you have a greenhouse at home, basically this is a glass house. So you trap heat inside, so inside will be very warm. We don't have this. We don't have this in Malaysia because Malaysia is already very warm. We don't need this. But when your dad parks his car under the sun, that is greenhouse effect because your car has glass around, right? So when the sun goes into your car, the heat cannot escape. So you park your car under the sun for 3 hours, it's enough to make it hot as shit. Right? Whenever your dad parks his car under the sun, you enter the car, it will be very hot. That is greenhouse effect. All right, so it happens to Earth. It happens to Earth. Around Earth, we don't have glass, but we have carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide will act as glass. Okay, the carbon dioxide will act as glass. It will reflect the heat back to Earth. So our Earth gets hot. The Earth is like the car. The carbon dioxide is like the glass around the car. So we get hot. That's why we are focusing on this carbon dioxide. We try our best to reduce carbon dioxide. Okay, you guys cool? You guys cool? You guys didn't fall asleep, Please don't fall asleep, I know this is very boring. I'll try my best to finish it. Yes, still here, good. Okay, I'll try to finish this in two weeks because in April, week 3, 2 more weeks, we will enter chapter 5. That is the main chapter we are going to. That is a very hard chapter. So I'll try my best to finish this as fast as I can. So please stay with me, Please stay with me, Okay. Anyway, so social scientific issue in the energy sector. See, guys, please memorize this point. This is the only thing I want you to memorize, which is the burning of fossil fuel. This is the problem of everything. We are trying our very best to reduce the burning of fossil fuel. Okay, like I said, we are still 80% burning fossil fuel. Okay, we are still 80% relying on fossil fuel. If this continues, fossil fuel will soon deplete. All right, so how do we apply green technology to solve this problem? So 2 aspects that are emphasized, how energy is produced or supplied. Okay, so how are we getting our electricity from? We are trying to get it from renewable energy. And how are we using energy, which is practicing energy efficiency. How do we get it and how do we use it? These are the 2 things we are focusing on. So how do we get it? We try to encourage you to use solar. How do we use it? We try to make you save electricity, try to make you switch on less aircon, try to make you use electric vehicle. Okay, so Catherine and Racing, are you guys okay? Are you guys okay? I know this is your first lesson, I know this is a bit blurry to you, but this is something. Okay, cool. All right, you guys following? Okay, so as a consumer, okay, come, let's teach you how to save electricity. As a consumer, what can you do? Number 1, switch off electric appliance when they are not in use. When you don't use your when you're not using your laptop, try to switch it off. Don't put it to sleep. when you're putting your laptop to sleep, it is still using electricity. Very small amount. You might say, sir, small amount only ma. Why do I care? Yeah, you don't care, but it adds up, right? It will accumulate as you go on, right? So try to switch off when you're not using it. Okay, next, guys, adjust your aircon at home and office to 24 to 25. Guys, I have something to ask you. I have something to ask. At what temperature do you use your aircon at? Okay, at what temperature do you use your aircon at? 27. Wow, Sintong, I found my friend. I use it at 26. Wow, Catherine use it at 24. Wow, a bit too cold Then 24. Wow, 20 to the. Yeah. Anyone here using 16? Okay. For those who use it at 16, I call them the Satan. Cause why are you so hot? Alright? Because the aircon is weak. Okay, guys, if you need to put your aircon at 20, can I suggest you something? You need to service your aircon. Because your aircon is so dusty, right? You need to put it at 20. Okay, because for me, my aircon has been 10 years. I service it every 3 months. I wash it myself every 3 months. Even at 26, it's okay already. 25, I'm already freezing. Okay, so okay, you see, I have students say sir, you bullshit lah. 25 where got cold enough? 25 not cold one. 25 is very hot. So you know what happened? I was at Puchong the other day because I teach at Puchong. I was at Puchong Utama the other day. So Puchong Utama, we all have old aircons. Okay, we all have old aircons. So my student will put the aircon at 16. They say, I see, sir, only 16 is windy, only 16 is cold one. And then what happened was, few weeks ago, the aircon broke. Okay, the aircon broke. So we installed a new aircon. And guess what? 10 people sitting in the same room, they put the aircon at 25. Okay, they put it at 25. So I was like, what's wrong? 25 cold enough? You want to put at 20? I can put at 16 for you. They are all shivering there like, no, sir, 25 is enough. 120, I put 20 for you. You want 16? I put 16 for you. I put max for you. You want? Everyone is like freezing their balls off already. So you see, guys, 25 is enough. All right. If 25 is not cold, either you live in a palace, your room is so freaking big, you live in a palace, or your aircon you need to service already. Please service your aircon. Okay, please service your aircon. And of course, use energy efficient electric appliances. Try to go for 5-star. If you can afford lah. If you say, sir, 5-star is not cheap, I agree. 5-star is not cheap. 3-star aircon or 2-star aircon is 900 something. 5-star aircon is 2,000 something. It's like twice the price, more than twice the price. Your old aircon did catch on fire once. You see, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Hey, guys, let me tell you something. Every appliance has a lifespan one. Like your aircon, if you don't take care of it, your aircon, I think every 20 years you should change your aircon. It's not just about, you might say, sir, that's wasting money, but it's about safety. How do I know this? My TV, the same case. I had a very old TV like 10 years ago, and the TV was like 20 years old. I asked my mom to change a new TV lah. How expensive it is, right? My mom said no. She die want to fix the TV. She die want to fix. And you guess what happened? She fixed the TV and she was very proud of it. She asked someone to come and fix the TV. Wow, she's very proud. And then she said, you see, you should fix the TV. And few days later, the TV caught fire. And the plastic caught fire. The house smelled like plastic and our house almost caught on fire. You see, guys, sometimes some money you don't try to save, right? Some money you don't try to save. if the TV caught on fire and burned the curtain and my whole house got on fire, I won't be here right now. Okay, so okay, try not to try to make sense, guys. Okay, anyway, so what are the renewable energy we are trying to use? We try to use wind, hydro, solar, geothermal. Okay, these are renewable energy that we can keep using again and again. We are trying to reduce on fossil fuel. Okay, we are trying to reduce on fossil fuel. Okay, so anyway, oh yeah, let's talk about fossil fuel. Okay, that day I have a student asking me, sir, is buying Tesla the way to go? All right, because everyone is talking about electric vehicle, isn't it? Everyone is talking about Tesla. You know, lately Malaysia, we started selling this car called the BYD 803. Okay, hey guys, we have a lot of electric vehicle coming into Malaysia already. We have this thing called BYD 803. Looks really cool. This is a China EV, by the way. Hey, make no mistake, you don't think China is bad, this is really, really cool. And if you are a girl, you have something called the Aura Good Cat. Guys, this is an electric vehicle, and don't you think it's really cute? Okay, this is an EV. You don't need to pump petrol. You just need to charge it once. You just need to charge it every day. Okay, and this thing will keep running. Okay, and we have so many. We don't just have Tesla. We have the Mercedes EQ. We have BMW iX. Every brand is trying to make their own EV already. Like even Kia has something called Kia EV6. Oh, this is really cool. This car is really cool. Okay, fully EV, guys, fully EV. They don't run on petrol. They run on electric. So I have students asking me, sir, are electric vehicles the way to go? Is electric vehicle the way to go? Okay, I would say half. I would say half. Because you see, let's say you buy an EV, an electric vehicle. What do you need to do? You need to charge it every day, right? You need to charge it every day, just like your phone. You need to charge your car every day. So what happened is, you see, you get your electricity from where? From TNB. Right? You pay your TNB bill every month, right? So TNB, like I said, we are still 80% using fossil fuel. Our country is still 80% from petrol. So you see this problem now? You see this problem? Your electric vehicle is still indirectly using petrol. So what's the point? You see the problem? You see the problem? You might think that you are so much better. You don't want to use petrol car. Let's say your Honda City, you say, I don't want to use my Honda City anymore. I want to buy a Aura Good Cat. And then I charge it every day. Wow, it's so good for the environment. That's what you think, right? Because your car is still using half petrol. You're still using from the TNB. You're still using from TNB. You're still using petrol. So what is the way to go? What is the way to go? In Malaysia, I think the proper way to go is still solar. Is still solar, right? If you put solar panel at home and you use solar to charge your vehicle, that is the way to go. All right. But guys, solar, okay, some people might say, sir, solar is very expensive, right? Last time, yes. Now, okay, that day, because my student asked this question, I actually went and do some reading in Malaysia. Okay, I read some Malaysia website and I did some homework. And guys, solar is actually not that bad. Okay, let me tell something. Okay, guys, how much is your electricity bill every month? How much is your electricity bill every month? Mine is around 150. Okay, because I live in a very small house, it's 150. How much is yours? Do you know what's your electricity bill? Right? Typical should be around 2 to 300. Around there. 2 to 300. Maybe yours is like 4 to 5 if you live in a very big house. How much is yours? Okay, how much is yours? Okay, so I was just reading about this guy. Okay, this guy shared his story. Okay, so this guy, right? Every month his electricity bill is around 700. Oh, 200 plus. Okay, so according to this guy, his electricity bill is around 700 because he uses electric vehicle, he uses EV, he has a few aircons at home, he lives in a very big house so his electricity bill is 700. So he was like, he doesn't really want to pay this thing. he didn't really want to pay this thing because $700 for electricity is quite a lot of money. So he was looking around and then he found solar. So the solar guy told him, the solar company told him to save this 700 ringgit of electricity, he needs to spend around 50,000 on the solar panel. All right. So you might think, sir, 50,000 is a lot of money, isn't it? But hang on a second. Hang on a second. You do the calculation and see. Hey guys, if you spend this 50,000 putting solar panel on your roof, this $700 you don't pay it anymore because you get that $700 free from the sun. I mean, Malaysia has a lot of sun, right? The sun is free. You don't pay the sun, right? You just pay for the solar panel. So every month you save 700, right? So how much are you saving per year? 12 months, right? So you're saving around 8,400 per year. So in less than 6 years, in 5 years plus, you make your money back. You make your money back. And 5 years onwards, solar panel can use for 20 to 30 years. That means for the first 5 years, you are paying for the solar panel. The next 15, 20, 25 years, electricity is free for you. Isn't it a good thing? Isn't it a good thing? This is the way to go. If you are charging your EV using petrol, I don't see the point. But if you are charging EV using solar, that's the good thing to go. That's the good thing to do. Provided if you live in a landed lah, if you live in a terrace house, okay lah. Because I live in a condo. My condo, how to put solar panel, I don't know. Okay, condo cannot put solar panel. So no choice already lor. But if you live in a landed, if you live in a terrace, if you live in a bungalow, say if you live in a bungalow lah, if you live in a semi-D, then yeah, sure, you can put this solar panel, which is a very good thing. Okay, because in the long term you save money. In the long term you save money. Hey guys, and you know what's more awesome? You know what's more awesome? Let's say this month you go for vacation. This month you go for vacation. You only use like $200 of electricity. You only use 200. The solar panel is giving you 700. Okay, the solar panel is giving you 700. You have 500 extra, right? You have $500 extra, right? You know what will happen? You know what will happen? You can sell it back to TNB. You can sell it back to TNB. And TNB will pay you the 500. So cool, right? Normally we are buying it from TNB. Now you are giving it to TNB and you are getting money back. So you see, I don't see any reason why not to put solar panel. Besides the fact that you might say, sir, 50,000 is a lot of money leh. There's installment one ma. You can use, guys, 50,000, you cannot even buy MyV now. Why not put solar panel on your roof? Right? MyV is like 60 something thousand. Why don't you spend 50,000 to put solar panel? I think it's pretty cool, right? Because you are saving electricity. I mean, you probably don't need to put so many solar panel lah, because your electricity bill is only maybe 300. Okay, so you get what I'm trying to say here? You get what I'm trying to say? So this is the energy efficiency we're trying to achieve. Okay, why am I telling you all this? Why am I telling you all this? This is not probably coming up for exam, but it's good to know. Who knows, they might be coming out in exam about this because it's K-BUT, right? Because it's K-BUT. Okay, so this waste management, you can basically read yourself lah. I can roughly go through. So what are the social scientific issues we are facing? We are facing sewage and chemical waste and rubbish. Okay, we are polluting rivers, sea, and surrounding area. We are producing a lot of solid waste. Produces greenhouse gas. There's so much food left over, guys. We enjoy throwing food away. Do you know that? Especially during festive season, during Chinese New Year, during Hari Raya, we have open house. We throw food away. I mean, your Chinese New Year snack, your ngaku your peanut snack do you finish it all? Your bakwa, your yokon do you finish it all? No, right? Before Chap Gome, I mean after Chap Gome, you still have like 10 tubs of biscuit left. So at the end, you still throw it away, man. Right? See, food left over. You create pollution. And of course, paper. Guys, to make 1 ton of paper, we need to cut 2 to 4 tons of timber. We need to cut 2 to 4 tons of trees. Right? So exam is actually very bad for environment because exam waste paper. Go tell your teacher. Okay, and of course, prevention and reduction. We try to recycle paper. We try to use paper only when it's necessary. We try to only buy sufficient food, only eat enough food. You don't buy too much food. Sorting and recycling. We try to sort household waste. Treatment and processing. We try to process solid waste to make it into compost. You know what is compost? You know what is compost? When you take all your wasted food and put it in a bucket and you let it rot, it turns into fertilizer. That is your compost. And then now, guys, it's not 3R already. It's 5R already. Refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, recovery. You see, we have refuse. You don't even use the rubbish. You don't even use, okay, let's say you don't use your phone. You don't even create rubbish. You don't use plastic bag. You don't use plastic. You don't buy mineral water. Then you don't create rubbish. That's your refuse. Okay, we try to achieve zero waste. Okay, and of course, agriculture. We are facing what problem? Deforestation. So why is deforestation bad? Extinction of flora and fauna. Hiya, this word you see in geography, you see until you want to vomit already lah. Flora and fauna. Same goes to here. Forest is like our lungs, okay, because they absorb carbon dioxide. We do open burning, we cause haze, widespread use of pesticide and fertilizer, we pollute soil, we pollute river. So what do? We use green technology. We're trying to use compost. We use our food as fertilizer. We replant trees. We try to do limited logging. We cut less trees. It's not that we don't cut trees, we cut less trees. We try to limit our forest. We try to make more forest reserve. Hutan simpan, so that you don't cut trees. Okay, guys. The remaining ones I will go into it next week. Next week I'll finish this chapter. You can try it. You can go home and try and do the exercise if you have the notes. Okay, like Catherine and Racing, if you guys have the notes, you can go and try and do this. Okay, guys. There's no one answer for these. It has a lot of answers for these. Next week I'll give you the answer. I'll discuss this for you. All right, so try to do this. There's a lot of answer I will accept. Okay, try and go home and do this. Okay, so guys, any question do you have? Any question you have? I know this is a very, very boring chapter, very general chapter. There's nothing technical here, nothing for you to memorize, which is a good thing, I think. Okay, so if there's no question, I will probably end my class here. I will see you the same time next Wednesday. Okay, so hope you learned something new today. Okay, hope you learned something new today. I will see you next Wednesday. Okay, so have a good one, guys. Have a good week ahead. I'll see you next week. So take care, see you, and bye-bye. Bye, guys.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.